At the beginning of the story, we see an ambulance taking a patient to the hospital. The man on the stretcher died on the way. He was a young boy who had signed organ donation forms. That means all his organs will be used to help another person. Two doctors performed surgery and began removing his organs. That man's skin was tougher than that of a rhinoceros. Doctors were facing a lot of difficulty in removing the organs. After some time, when the work was completed, suddenly a nurse ran out screaming. When the doctors quickly went to the operation theater and saw, the patient was completely transformed into ashes and was disappearing. Well, his heart was given to a young girl named Lisa. The strange thing was that his body did not reject the heart at all. She got well instantly, within a day or two, and she got discharged from the hospital. But the strange thing was that a round mark had appeared on his hand. The mark looked like a tattoo he never got. Lisa's father ran a taekwondo gym. Lisa was very fond of taekwondo from a young age. But then he suffered a heart attack during a match, much to the horror of his father. They wouldn't let him fight at all. One day, while her father was talking to the landlord, Lisa turned around and kicked a punching bag. The punching bag fell down, hitting the ceiling. She did not have this much strength even before when she was completely fine. Now she wanted to test her new power. She went to the road, faced the uphill, tied her shoes, and then started running at full speed like Chris. He even left a scooter rider behind. For a moment, she felt as if she had become so fast that she would fly. But then suddenly the slope started and it became difficult for him to stop. There was a small truck parked below. She hit him so hard that she almost overturned the truck. After getting this new heart, she became much stronger. Someone secretly made a video of her and posted it online. His name was visible on his taekwondo uniform and that of the taekwondo gym and quickly reached there. He tried to take a photo of Lisa from a distance, but Lisa quickly reached him and caught him. He couldn't understand how powerful this little girl was. I cannot escape from this. At that very moment, Lisa noticed that Tom also had a similar strange mark on his hand. Tom told Lisa that I also got the organ of the same man from whom you also got superpowers. He told that a person can donate 6 organs. This means there will be a total of 6 people who have got superpowers. Tom now wanted to find other people with superpowers, and the day after meeting Lisa, he found the third person. That day, Lisa was secretly participating in a race because the winner was going to get very expensive shoes. She easily defeated everyone and won and was looking at her shoes. Just then, a slightly older woman came to him. She was distributing free drinks to people because she had undergone a kidney transplant and is now completely fine. Hearing this, both of them immediately looked at his hands, but there were no strange marks. But after some time, when the woman turned, he saw a round mark on her waist. The scene then shifted to a very luxurious house, where an old man named Mino was lying almost on the verge of death. The patient's elder daughter came out and called the doctor. You had said that now father will get well. There is no improvement in his condition. But then the old man sat on the bed from behind and said that he was hungry and asked him to bring some food. He seemed quite well now. There was also a strange mark on his hand. It was clear that the rich old man also had superpowers. Then we see a young boy in an electronics store. He casually snapped his fingers and all the TVs in front of him turned off simultaneously. Wherever he went, fluctuations in the electric current would start. This boy's name is Zero. He crossed the road and went into a building. He used his powers to win everything on the gaming machine. Then he started buying luxury items with all the money he won. Zero was one of the 6 people who received the parts. He was taking full advantage of this new life. His life had gone on easy mode. He was having fun. Then we see Lisa again. She was currently at dinner with Tom and that woman named Sophia to explain their superpowers to each other. Tom told me I got new lungs. That's why his strength is linked to his lungs. If he blows hard enough, a storm comes. But Sophia said that I did not feel any strength within myself. On this, Tom said, don't worry. When all the special people come together, your strength will automatically awaken. Then suddenly the bulbs above them started flickering, after which Zero entered there. I knew all 3 of them already. He said that at a reasonable distance he can tell if another person has superpowers because he has received eyes through a transplant. Tom didn't particularly like this new boy. He also told Lisa that we cannot trust everyone like this. There must be some bad person among us who will want all this power for himself. You will have to trust people after careful consideration. And then the next day, Lisa got a strange message on her phone. Zero had called him somewhere asking for help. He He was caught cheating while playing the game as usual. And now the casino security guards wanted all his money back. Are you a Pikachu? He shakes the electricity by moving his fingers. All three of them reach there to help him. But Tom didn't have to help him. He went to the washroom scratching his leg because he did not like Zero very much. But the hero inside, Lisa, woke up. He said that it is very important to fight against injustice. She took the straw out of Sophia's drink and put it under Tom's nose. This made Tom sneeze violently, and such a powerful wind came out of his mouth that all the goons flew away. After this, we see the same rich, old Mino again. He had an argument with his partner over something. The matter escalated to such an extent that Mino grabbed his partner's neck and sucked out all the life from his partner. He suddenly became very old, and Mino somewhat young. Mino went ahead and touched a plant and sucked out all the life from it, drying it up completely. We then see John in a factory, pressuring the workers to work faster. We have to work all night today. An angry worker came forward and said, "Sir, you are doing wrong. It is not right to make us do so much work. Do we even have a life?" While both of them were fighting, suddenly the alarm rang. A worker fell from the top because there were no proper safety arrangements. When no one was looking, John secretly placed his hand on the injured worker's injury. Within a few moments, his injury was completely healed. But John was in a lot of pain, and he quietly went to the side and endured everything. On the other hand, the old man's daughter Tina had understood that this new strength in her father had definitely come due to the transplant. So he told his people to quickly find out all the people who had got powers from that transplant. Soon his assistant found all the people. At this time, they were running away from the gang members sitting on top of Sophia's car, which had drinks, because those casino people now want to take revenge on them. Seeing this, the assistant also immediately followed him. 3 vehicles were running erratically on the road. Lisa was constantly pushing the cart. She was driving it faster than the cars. After some time, he even left the vehicles far behind. But the casino owners were not ready to leave him alone. Then Tom took out some drinks from inside the cart and started throwing them on the goons. Some white liquid fell on his windshield, causing him to lose his way. He escaped from the 4 goons, but the speed of the car was so high that he quickly entered a barbecue restaurant. All 4 of them started acting as if we were just sitting here and waiting. Why is no waiter coming? Now they came out of the restaurant only after nightfall. Tom started fighting with Zero, saying that because of you, everyone died today. In this way, their fight spread so much that they all went their separate ways. Lisa was deeply saddened by this fight. She was on medical leave for a year, didn't even go to school. He had no friends. The time spent with Tom and Sophia had become everything to him. And now everything is over. But then the next day, as things calmed down a bit, Tom came to apologize to Lisa. He said that I spoke a little too much in anger. "Sorry, friend, please forgive me." Lisa acted pretentious at first, but then agreed. Now he planned to call all 4 of them together at one place again. Meanwhile, Tina's assistant showed her the recorded video, and Tina decided that we have to catch these people. By extracting this power from their bodies, we can make powerful medicines. Who knows what kind of diseases those medicines will be able to cure? She will become even richer. By then, Lisa, Sophia, and Zero had reached the meeting point. During this time, Zero also found out who had received the liver transplant. They were all just waiting for the storm. Then everyone will go together to find this new member. Meanwhile, in the factory, we see John talking to his senior that, "Sir, we will have to increase the safety of the workers a bit." But the people at the top did not care about the lives of these workers. The work pressure on John was so much that he even skipped his lunch break to complete his work. But his tired companions went to eat. No one noticed that a nearby gas tank was slowly leaking. Our 3 superheroes were waiting for Tom outside the factory. Meanwhile, a huge sound of bomb blast came from the factory. John quickly started taking out all the workers so that minimum people would get hurt. But unfortunately, a worker got trapped behind the safety door. Seeing this, John became very scared. He took his helmet and started breaking the window. But unfortunately, there was no benefit. At that moment, Lisa arrived, right on time. He kicked the door hard and broke it. She was also kicking away the gas canisters that were flying away due to the explosion. But the electronic security door inside was very powerful. Meanwhile, Tom had also reached there, although late. Everywhere was filled with smoke. The injured people were not being found. Then Zero gave another snap and turned on everyone's phone ringtones, from which Tom got the location of all the workers. Tom was able to avoid them easily as he would draw breath and go inside. If he had strength in his lungs, he could have held his breath for a very long time. As soon as the laborer was brought there in an injured condition, John immediately cured him with his power. But it was too much for him, and he started coughing up blood. Sophia understood that the poisonous gas had entered John's lungs. She reached out and took John's hand, and with the other hand, Tom's. She could combine the powers of all the people. As Tom's lung power went into John, John became completely cured, and Sophia also discovered her strength. Now the factory was rapidly filling with poisonous smoke. So the group made a plan to leave from here quickly. So everyone started leaving from there quickly. But then Sophia suddenly stopped halfway. They had left Zero inside. After which Tom quickly took a deep breath and went inside. He found Zero, and everyone thought he was going to blow all the gas away. But he started breathing on Zero through his mouth. Well, somehow both of them managed to escape. It was a bit of a strange sight, but the job was done. Zero came out safe and sound. After this, all 5 of them went to a nearby restaurant to eat. John told everyone that I have got the power to save someone's life. I can take anyone's pain into myself. For a moment, I feel a lot of pain. But then I get better after drinking water and taking some rest. By working together in this mission and saving people, they all developed a special bond. The next day, John went to the hospital to see his injured comrades. But there in the lift, he found that old man. John worked in the same company, so he saluted the old man. But by mistake, that mark on his palm was visible. Mino went closer and looked carefully and said that this is a tattoo. On which John said, No, sir. I had a liver transplant some time ago. After that, I don't know why this target came automatically. But when Mino asked him directly whether anything else had changed in him, John felt it was strange to tell him about the superpower. That's why he remained silent and said, No, sir. I am just feeling well, nothing else. Hearing this, Mino made a plan. Before leaving, he memorized John's name and where he worked. That night, John was working as a driver to earn some extra money. His passenger was none other than Tina's assistant. After some time, when he opened his eyes, he was in a hospital. Tina told the doctor to remove his liver quickly. But before the doctors could start the operation, Mino arrived there. His intentions were not so clear. He asked the doctor if a part of the liver remains, does it grow back? When the doctor agreed, Mino grabbed John by the throat and tried to draw his strength. But in John's turn, he couldn't do that. He felt that perhaps his strength had weakened. So he tried it on a doctor standing nearby. That doctor immediately turned from young to old and died. Mino understood that his power would not work on people with superpowers. Mino said, Cut 90% of its liver and transplant it to me. Leave the remaining 10% so that it can grow again in its body. Now the liver was not found, so Tina asked her team to catch the remaining people with superpowers. Meanwhile, Tom had just come out of a shop when bodyguards wearing suits and boots pinned him against the wall. He was trying to make him unconscious by making him inhale anesthesia, but he was not breathing. Then they tickled him and made him breathe, and then he fainted. Meanwhile, Sophia and Zero were also attacked, and both of them were soon caught. Finally, Lisa was cornered at the door of her house. Seeing the goons, Lisa's father said, Son, you sit comfortably. I will look into these. But now Master G was only capable of teaching 14-year-old children. To maintain her father's delusion and confidence, Lisa was secretly beating those people in such a way that her father would think that I am beating them. Lisa's father felt like he had defeated all his enemies, whereas Lisa was doing the real work. But now she was so sharp that as he turned around, he could see her sitting perfectly still on the bench. When all the goons ran away, Lisa's father came running to her and asked, Son, are you okay? Lisa was saved, but everyone else was trapped. Tina's men captured him and locked him in a prison where he couldn't use his powers. On the other hand, after the liver transplant, the old fish regained its strength to recover. Now he had gone back to his youth. He looked younger than his own daughter, but now looking at her father, she felt that I would die before him. Mino went home, took a shower, and was overjoyed to see his young body again in the mirror. Suddenly, there was darkness, and he had reached a different place. A different kind of power was standing in front of him with its arms outstretched. Minu moved forward and tried to hold the hands of that Shakti, but that unknown force pulled him towards itself. His face would sometimes become young and sometimes old in a moment, after which Minu shook off her hand in anger. He realized that all this was going on in his mind. The injury on his hand caused by the broken glass also healed in a moment. But he was still not satisfied. Now he decided that he would get all the organs. He wants everyone's superpowers. Now he wanted to become God so that people would worship him. Tina could do nothing in front of her father's power. Mino entered the prison built by Tina and started beating her people. Even those people could not do anything in front of his power. Mino quickly located the 3 captured men. At that time, Zero was trying to snap his toes because his hands were tied in a different way. As soon as he succeeded, 2 workmen came to him and started tying him up and taking him away. Zero snapped his foot again and sent a message to Lisa, telling about your location. With another snap of his fingers, he also opened the door to Sophia's prison. But then the doctor sedated him the very next second. Meanwhile, Lisa was preparing to save her friends. As soon as his father came to know about all this, he also went with him. After defeating the goons in the previous fight, he had gained blind confidence. The cornea had already been removed from one of Zero's eyes. Luckily, he regained consciousness in time, and his other eye was saved as his sudden regain of consciousness had damaged the other eye. Instead of killing him, Mino left him with John. During this time, John's liver had slowly started to recover. John held Zero's hand so he could heal his eye that was injured. To show off his newfound power, Mino held an event where people suffering from Lalage were invited. Everyone was surprised to see Mino's youth back. He demonstrated his strength by breaking a wall that had his old form imprinted on it. But this method scared people. Respect or devotion did not arise in them. So Mino immediately changed his strategy. He took the hand of a disabled man and completely healed him with the help of the power he received from John. Then he went to a very sick girl and cured her completely. Now people were really looking at him like a god. Everyone sat on their knees and bowed before him. Meanwhile, Mino realized that Lisa was coming. He snapped his finger and the path opened for them to enter. Then, after showing his drama, he sat on a big throne and reached in front of Lisa and her father. As soon as Isa saw him, she understood that this man was drawing the strength of everyone else, and without thinking, she kicked him. Mino's arm was indeed broken, but as soon as he drank the water, the fracture healed quickly. Then Sophia and Tom also came there. The 3 friends were reunited. Mino said angrily that was great. It's good that everyone got together. Now give me your organs quickly. Lisa's father was still full of unnecessary confidence, and he moved towards Mino. But Mino waved his hand and blew them away. Using her agility, Lisa somehow saved her father and he did not get seriously injured. Then a huge fight broke out between Lisa and Mino. Both of them had superpowers. There were huge explosions. Their fight was causing havoc in the surrounding area. Poor Lisa only had the power of 1 organ, while Mino had 3 and he soon started beating Lisa badly. Now Tom and Sophia ran to him. The Tom blew hard at Mino and he flew away. Mino was very angry with his action. He thrust a finger at Tom's forehead and he fell unconscious. Then Mino grabbed Sophia, but Sophia started pulling her strength. Seeing this, Mino was shocked. He finds out that Sophia can transfer powers. He said, "Give me the strength of the others quickly. I won't need to steal organs." But then Zero and John arrived. Now all 5 of them were together against Mino. Mino gathered his strength to destroy them all at once. Lisa stood at the front. He whistled and signaled to Tom. Tom understood, and he gave Lisa a strong blow of air. This gave Lisa a huge shock, and she punched with more force. There was no chance of fighting alone. That's why everyone combined their strengths to support Lisa. But Mino was much stronger. Mino was also controlling the surrounding electricity with his power. Zero was also attacking with electricity from the surrounding area by snapping his fingers. But it was enough to defeat Mino. Soon the big pillars of the hall started breaking. The statues started falling. The steel structure below became visible. But down below, everyone was busy worshiping their new god. When Minu was injured, he drew water from the ground and healed all his wounds. He tossed everyone aside like a ball. Then he started choking Lisa with one hand. Now blood started coming out of Lisa's mouth. She then extended her hand towards Sophia, but the 5 of them together grabbed Mino, and Sophia quickly transferred her healing power into Lisa. Now Mino had lost his strength to recover. On the other hand, Lisa had now become many times stronger than Mino. She washed Mina like she was beating a punching bag. After some time, Mino fell unconscious on the ground. This building started falling on all the followers sitting below. Now the structure of the building was starting to collapse, so everyone else came together to handle it. But during this time, Mino saw the opportunity and attacked again, tried to steal his power. But in the end, Lisa's father turned around and kicked Mino, and he went away. They took all the strength out of Mino, and he soon became old. Now he was sitting on the same throne with the help of which he had come up, who sent him back down in front of everyone with a snap of his fingers, and when his devotees saw the real form of their god, the truth came out in front of everyone. In the end, Minu lost everything.